All right, guys. So, update on the app that I have been really excited to build for the last month and a half now, and it's coming along, and I'm getting closer and closer and closer to being able to release it publicly and allow you guys to jump in and try this thing out. And I really do believe it's going to be, game changer is such a cliche word, but I do think this is going to change the equation for us, for those of us that have been trying to figure out how do we get into the sync licensing marketplace, and more importantly, where would our music be served best? Like, what types of libraries, TV shows, and channels would our music work best in? Now, up until this app, how would we figure that out? You'd watch TV yourself and just kind of pay attention to what kind of music gets placed and go, well, yeah, I think my music kind of sounds like that. Maybe I should go for that. But still, with that, we don't know by watching TV which production music libraries is serving and supplying each placement. That's just not usually a credit on screen. And so we have no idea, really. There's just been this kind of black wall, this abyss that we cannot reach into to find out exactly what's happening in our marketplace. But this app will solve that. And not only will we be able to know which tracks are getting placed on which specific shows, which channels, and from what libraries, but we'll know which ones have been placed recently, right? You don't have to wait 9 months or a year for a royalty statement to come out to find out what happened. You'll be able to know exactly what happened in just the last previous month. Like, that's how recent and updated this app will be. So it's going to be a very, very current and recent snapshot of what's happening. Now, that's just part of the process. Once we have all those placements, we have all that data, what we can do is we can use AI tagging to tag those tracks in terms of what genres are they, what moods are they, what instruments are they using, what are their tempos, what keys are they in, right? Is it a vocal? Is it an instrumental track? If it's vocal, is it male or female? These are the kinds of metrics and metadata that we can actually pull out of all of those placements. Now, what do we do with that? First of all, you can understand and analyze the trends. You can know, well, on ABC, for example, last month, looks like there was a lot of vocal tracks in the pop rock genre, and they were all in the kind of fun, upbeat, energetic mood range. With that kind of information, if you want to potentially get your tracks placed in on ABC or a particular show or a particular library, you'll get access to all those insights and those trends. So you know exactly what's happening. And it doesn't have to be a guessing game anymore as to like, well, I've watched a couple of the shows. Looks like they sort of use this type of music. You don't even have to watch anything anymore. You can watch it if you want to, but this app basically saves you all that time and gets you specific, precise data. No more guessing, no more, your best hunch and spending a lot of your own time having to watch all this stuff to try to figure it out. You'll get access to all that, okay? But it gets better, but there's more, okay? So what we can do then is take all that data, take all those tags, and then we can allow you to upload a track that you've composed to the same app, okay? What we do is we use the same tagging feature, the same tagging component. We tag your track that you've composed, and then we match what you've done with your tags to the existing database of all these tracks that have just recently been placed. And we can find out which libraries are probably the best match for you based on the types of tracks they've recently placed. What TV shows are probably the best match for you based on the tracks that they've recently placed. Also, what channels. We can also let you know how in demand your track is, meaning if you have a lot of different libraries that have placed tracks similar to yours, you have a high in demand rating score, meaning many different libraries potentially could use your type of music. So you are creating music that is high in demand in the TV marketplace. All the way down to low, if there's not a lot of placements and a lot of matches for you, it might be an indication that maybe this is a style of music, at least right now, is not high in demand. This is what I mean by game-changing information and data. This lets you know exactly where you are in the current marketplace. And of course, you can just directly get access to the links of those libraries so you can research them and pitch to them if you'd like to. And we'll also give you an overall best match. So we'll give you a series of probably 5 different libraries that are up to 5 different libraries that are relevant for your track. And of course, the one that has the most hits in terms of how many times it matches you based on your genre and mood and instruments, genre, key, all those kinds of different metrics, will give you an overall best match. So you can go right directly to the company that is probably the best match for you. Very powerful stuff. And we'll also let you know what we think would be a suggested use case. Like, is it better for a reality underscore? Would it be better for sports? Do we think your track would be really great and well placed for trailers or promos or advertisements? Whatever the use case might be, we'll also give you that insight as well. So very, very powerful information you guys will basically be able to get your hands on very soon. Okay, I don't have a release date set yet. I don't have any details in terms of pricing or availability or any of that kind of stuff. I will say that it is a mobile and web app, and it works for everything. So iOS, Android, doesn't matter what browser, anything can use this app and get access to it, okay? And I will say that I will make it extremely affordable, okay? It is not going to be expensive to get access to this data and to these features. I'm going to make it as affordable as I possibly can to get as many of you access to this data, because I think it's important for you guys to have this information in your back pocket to basically equip you to make sure that you are making music that is in demand and targeted for the right libraries. It also helps libraries because that means that they're going to be getting targeted pitches that will be more relevant for them, as opposed to them getting, who knows, all kinds of random genres from producers, from people who haven't really just done very quick basic research or have access to this kind of data. So I think it's going to just make our overall industry much more efficient on both ends of the equation. But I want to get this into as many hands as I possibly can. So it's not cheap or easy to put this data together and to put this app together, I have learned in the last month and a half. But it is definitely possible. And it's something that I think can only grow and get better as time goes on. So essentially where I'm at in the process right now is I am essentially going out and getting some beta testers to run this app on their phones and on their computers, and upload a couple of tracks and see how the tagging feature works for them, and gathering some useful, insightful feedback from them. And I'll have basically maybe a week or two of running some last minute updates, some iterations, maybe changing a couple things if there are some major issues I need to. But if there aren't, I'm going to be rolling this out fairly quickly here on this channel. And if you're on my email list or following me on LinkedIn, you're going to hear a lot about it. So I'm stoked. I'm excited. I do appreciate you guys, showing me the encouragement and just seeing the really cool feedback and the excitement that I've received from many of you here on the channel or on LinkedIn or just in my email. I really, really appreciate that. If you want to be a beta tester, feel free to reach out to me. Just email me, jesse@syncmymusic.com. Let me know a little bit about your background, your backstory. I'm kind of looking for people that obviously are music producers themselves, but maybe have some back history and some sort of experience with developing apps, data analytics, AI, meta tagging. If you have some sort of a background or some sort of professional experience, exposure to anything in terms of the types of work that this would take to pull off a great high quality app like that, you would be kind of sped up to the top of the list, because that's really the type of feedback and insights that I'm looking for to make sure this is just rock solid and really, really just very powerful for all of you guys once you get your hands on it. So thanks you guys for bearing with me. I know it's been a long process for me to kind of get this going, but I want to make sure I get it right. And when you guys do have it in your hands, I really do want you to feel the excitement, really, just that I've been feeling for the last month and a half. I can't wait for you guys to feel this. So definitely new updates are coming soon, and reach out if you want to be one of those beta testers. Thank you so much.